everyone, welcome back. So we should have all done our homework, as I call it, and that would be coloring both pages worth, as you can see here, of pine needles. And I don't know about you guys, but my wrists were killing me when I was done. And I think, so I timed it because I wanted to see how long it would take me to actually do. And it took me 3 hours and just under 10 minutes to do all of these. And near the end, I even started to get a little sloppy because I was just like, oh my gosh. It's funny, I got it all done and I was going to do the white gel pen, and then I got over here and I was like, why does this one look so different? Well, it was because I only put one color down. So, yeah, but it took a while, and that's why I didn't do it all on camera, because man, we would have been here for centuries. So today we're going to knock out quite a bit because I want to finish this tomorrow so we can start on another one. First things first, I got a comment that my nails match the candy canes, and oh my gosh, they really do. So, not planned, but it's pretty cute. Alright, so today we're going to do the ornaments. We're going to do the mice. We are going to do the bows. And then hopefully all we have left tomorrow is the background, which I still haven't figured out what I want to do. All these little stars and whatnot will probably go in with either white gel pen or stickles. And with these little mice over here, I'm debating if I want to do actual fur, because I don't know about you guys, but my wrists are killing me from all the flicking action up here. So maybe we'll take it a little simpler. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys the ornaments. We're gonna do like silver, pink, and purple, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to get my pencils together for the bows, and I'll just do one bow on camera with you guys, and then we can do the other bows off camera, and then we'll start jumping into the other stuff. Okay, so we're gonna start with the bow, and let's make sure I have my color cards out. Do these in a purple color. I think the purple will really pop, you know, against this deep red and the green, and add just a little bit of dimension. And so this black grape is our like shadow color. So I like to press a little heavy and then just feather it out. I don't know if your black grape has this problem, but mine is seriously dusty. It's still soft and creamy like the other Prismacolors, it's just dusty also. It's kind of interesting. Hopefully it's not noisy. I really apologize if it is. I have 3 kids here and they're full of energy, and I need them to go outside and get all that energy out in the snow ASAP. But they have class meetings, so we have to wait for those. Yeah, actually I'm gonna start that. Everyone is doing well. I hope you don't have any wrist cramps from our pine needles. I started it last night and then I had to stop because my wrist was killing me. It's honestly a lot like hair though. I mean, if you ever color hair, it's time consuming and you just have to be patient with it. But like I said yesterday, I like to just zone out. And by the way, I don't know if you noticed, my camera's not doing the crazy in and out, in and out. That is because, oh, glorious YouTube. I finally found someone who posted a video about locking it. So, because all these like little self-help things kept saying to disable autofocus, I'm like, I've already done that. That's not the problem here. So on the Pro camera setting, you actually have to lock the focus, and then that way, if your hand goes in between, it stays locked. Like, you can move your camera, and what's funny is only where you have it locked at will it stay in focus. So thank you, YouTube, and of course the person who posted it, for doing that, because oh my gosh, I was gonna lose my mind. All right, so next color. Yeah, it was a simple fix too. Just had to hold the screen. So weeks and weeks of being annoyed, and all I had to do, guys, was hold the screen for a second. Yep, story of my life. It's one thing that frustrates me though about internet searches. You know, I mean, it is a search engine, it's only so smart, but you don't get the exact answer you're looking for. So I was looking for how to fix the Pro camera, not just the video, because my Galaxy has a Pro video setting, which is way different. It's got tons of features and all sorts of fun, which is the whole reason I bought the stupid thing. And that's what I was having the issue with, but everything I was reading was just the basic video setting, and I'm like, guys, I want the Pro video setting. So that's, it took a while, like going through all sorts of different YouTube videos and blogs and like little forums until I finally found someone that was addressing the actual Pro video and not just the general video. Yeah, it looks kind of ugly right now, but don't worry, with our lighter purples, we're going to blend it out. It's basically how I roll with my Prismacolors. I'm not much of a layerer, is that a word? I'm a blender, so I'll either use a colorless blender or a lighter color or a white, depending on what I'm coloring. Basically, that's how I blend my colors. And this purple combo has 4 colors. Kind of like with my reds, if you're more of the layering type, you can probably skip a few of these. Although I'd be very cautious because these do jump quite a bit. It only works because it's Prismacolor, and Prisma is so nice about letting you smush everything together. So you do want to be a little bit careful about that. I also have not tested this combo, so that's why I'm being a little lighter, because erasing purple, ew, yikes. It'll erase, but it's going to leave some marks. Yeah, that one purple was super dusty. Look at all this dust it left me with. That is something I've noticed about the purples from Prismacolor. They tend to be dustier. Has anyone else noticed that? And it's not just like from one box, because a lot of these are open stock. Okay. I'm going to use my mulberry to blend it all out, because we're also using pink along with this purple, so I want my purple to have more of a pinkish undertone. So see how I'm using this to just blend and smooth everything out, and it kind of takes on that pinkish little tone. That'll work well with the other pink that I'm adding in. Not to this bow, but like the ornaments and whatnot will also be pink. And the little ears on the mice. And I don't know about you guys, but mulberry is one of my favorite colors from Prismacolor. It's such a pretty color. And when you blend it with purples, it looks so pretty. See, look at that. Pretty, pretty. And the only thing I'm a little afraid of is when I go to blow away the dust. That's why I got my eraser next to me. And like I said, we'll do one bow on camera, and then the others you guys will have to do off camera, because we have a whole bunch to get to today. I'm sorry if I'm quiet. I'm trying to stay in these teeny tiny little lines. All right. I think we are blended. Let's see how to get those out of the way. Find my brush. Ah. All right, hang on. I'm gonna blow it off. All right. It gets dusty. The purples, I swear, are the worst with Prismacolor. Where's my eraser? But if you have any dust, just, you know, Prismacolors are notorious for the smudgies, is what I call them. So when I brush away, I almost always know I'm going to have some smudgies. But that's what I've got this for. Alright, now I've done that. So we have our color combo for the bow. We are actually going to use that same color combo in some of the ornaments too, just not as heavily. So let's go, what do we want to do first? Let's do one of these candies. maybe, if I can get my thing to hold. Actually, no, let's work on these ornaments up here first so I don't accidentally smudge. Okay, so let me get my cool grays. So these are gonna kind of be like silver mixed with some pinks and all that. So just need to get all my cards out. Really need to clean off my art disc. Okay, I think we'll start with our, no, that one might be too dark. Let's go in with this one. Okay, so we're gonna do our 70% first. And this like little string thing we'll do in a different color. Really, all we're doing here is just adding in our shadows for the silver. And I plan to like do some with, you know, pink gems, some with purple gems. Let's see. I think I want these parts silver also. So when you're doing this, less is more. I can always go back and darken it with either a darker gray, because this is only 70%, or just like layer some more of this on. But it's a pain to take it away. It is freezing cold out here today, and it's snowing. Love the snow though. Well, I love it if I don't have to drive in it. So I'm just kind of lightly putting it down here. And I think next, I really want to do that Hannah Lynn picture, or a Hannah Lynn picture. I'm in a Hannah Lynn mood. So I guess you could say I'm in a Hannah mood, because this is Hanna Karlzon, and now I want to do Hannah Lynn. All right, I like that. Let's see, what else do we want gray? I guess we'll need these thingies here. Don't ask me the technical term. All of these are just going to be referred to as these thingies. I really need to get one of those coloring gloves that kind of like keep it so you don't smudge. Oh, hang on. Gotta pause and let the dog out. Okay, let's see. I'm not sure if my camera picks up the bell when my dog rings it or not. So I'm just basically putting a shadow where like components of the jewelry overlap. and you kind of just picture a shadow. Let's see. I think I'm on the fence with that. I guess I shouldn't call it jewelry. Ornament, where the ornament would have a shadow. Right, then we need our 50%. I'm using pretty light pressure here because, like I said, I like to blend it out with my lighter color. So it'll either be like my lightest gray or white, depending on where I'm at with the jewelry. Yeah, I keep calling it jewelry. Where I am at on the ornament. So it's okay if you have some tooth showing. And this is a little bit of a darker gray, so I'm just kind of using it to transition from our shadows. Because like I said, we can always go back over with our darker color too. I'll probably do like 2 of these on camera just to give you guys like different ideas. And then we can do the rest off. And then we have like these little candy ornaments too. It'll be done in similar colors. Still using light pressure. See how it's starting to come up like and look more silvery-ish? I don't know if that's really a word. And here's what's funny, I'm in the writing business. But when I speak, I just use my own little language. First I was going to do these in gold, but I don't know, it just screamed silver to me. And I think it's because I wanted to use a lot of purple and pink, which go fine with gold, so don't get me wrong there. But I just like silver. But I also have kind of just a natural attraction to silver. Like all my jewelry, I don't have any gold jewelry. Not that I wear a lot of jewelry. I have my ears pierced, but I haven't put earrings in, and oh my gosh, I don't even know when the last time was. But all I wear is my wedding ring and engagement ring, and usually that's if I'm going out. And sometimes when I remember to for my videos. Other than that, pretty bare. Right, I think we'll use our 10% as the blend. Now, everything else was light pressure. Now we're going to use heavy pressure. And we are blending. Can always go back with some white if we want. Go back with white gel pen too later, so Now I'm using a heavy pressure, but I'm not burnishing. So just keep that in mind. I don't want the tooth to be like to the point where I can't add, because what if I want to add more shadows? I think I might want to go back in with some black or something. And with this lighter gray, you want to try to avoid these black lines unless you want to cover them up, but because otherwise it will kind of like go over it. Let's see how it kind of blends out, like, so you can see how I've smoothed it out over here versus over here. That's one thing I love about Prisma. They can be used together as blenders, and it doesn't have to be a white pencil or a colorless blender. You can use any color. Like I did with the purple, I used mulberry as my blender. And not just Prismas do that. I mean, other brands can do it too. Prismas are just a lot better for it. But I do it with other brands too. It's just kind of my style of coloring. All right. I think we're looking good there. So we have our silver. Now we need some color. I think what I want to do for this one, let's start with the little ornament string. So I'm just going to do like a 2-color blend here. I had to check, is that really Dahlia purple? Need to sharpen. So on these ones I'm not pressing super hard because it's just such a teeny tiny space. Kind of naturally just does it. If anything, I'm more focused on trying to stay in the lines. Okay. There. All right, now we need to get, hang on a sec. Okay. All right, now let's get some of our jewels colored in. And you can do these using any like combo from the colors we're using. Like you don't have to do them exactly like I am. So if you want to use like your Dahlia purple instead or whatever, you totally can. Because I'm going to like change it up on each ornament. It's not going to be the exact same 2 colors everywhere. So definitely change it up, do whatever you want, play around with it. These 4 purples work really well together no matter what you do. Definitely need a sharp lead though for these itty bitty little things. Okay. Sorry if I'm quiet, it's because I'm like really trying to stay on the lines. I don't want to have to accidentally go in a race over the silver. And if you don't want to do like a two-color blend in these little teeny tiny spaces, you can do a single color and like use your colorless blender to pull it out. And that'll save you some time. But like I said, just take those 4 colors and kind of mix them up to your style. Let's see. That's my other 2 pinks. Let's get those out. Might only have time to do 1 ornament with you guys, and then just everyone do their own version off camera, because I still want to do these candies and mice. So maybe that's what we'll do. Trying to keep the tutorials short enough, but still give you guys something to work on. So trying to find that balance. See, I'm just basically taking these colors and kind of just creating my own combos from it. Oops, that one is better. And you can even use white, like, so if you don't want to do colorless blender, you could take your white and blend it out a little. Totally up to you. And then we'll, after we do the background tomorrow, we will go through with some white gel pen and add some accents and extra shinies. It's amazing what a white gel pen will do. I'll just leave this one solid. All right, we have a silver ornament, all sparkly. Okay, so I think what we'll do next is tackle a candy. So let's do, they're about the same, but then, so these aren't, I mean, they're ornaments, but they remind me of like wrapped candies. So There's 2 on the other page as well. But what we'll do is color this one using my purple combo. If I can find the right color card. Right. So my like little ornament string is kind of behind the pine needles, but that's fine. I swear this black grape is super dusty. So we're just using this dark purple as our shadow color. Because it's so teeny, I don't want to use too much of the black grape as the shadow, like I did on the bow. Just get that in there. Okay. These details are so small. When I picked this picture, I didn't even think it felt that small until I started coloring it. And then I find myself super quiet because I'm trying to not fall out of the lines here. I love these purples though. And again, I'm just using the light pressure, layering it a little bit on top, and then kind of feathering it out, just where I want that mulberry to come in and do the rest of the job. I don't want to leave like a glaring gap or anything. Alright. Now, come in with my mulberry and press harder because mulberry is my blender today. I'm trying not to like smudge this purple bow down here. And like I said, we'll go back later and do all the gel pen accents. The only reason I did it on the pine needles was because I really wanted to show you guys the effect. But we'll go back and like go gel pen crazy at the end. And for the background, I am honestly leaning towards Neocolor 2s. Now, if you don't have those, you can use like a watercolor. You can buy the Distress Ink crayons, which I didn't even know existed till a couple weeks ago. They have some colors that are pretty similar to Neocolor, and I think in comparison they would be cheaper. But because I'm thinking for the background, I want to do a lot of purples and pinks. You know, I could use my pastels. I have these Sargent Art chalk pastels. Not soft, they're pretty chalky. Maybe we could do that. That way, if someone is on a tight budget, those are pretty cheap. All right, so we got our little candy. So you can kind of see how it like has its folds, but it's not crazy. And then we'll go in with some gel pen later. So we have our ornament, we have our candy. All right, the mice. We are going to tackle the mouse. First things first. Oh, let me brush this off. It's going to annoy me. Okay. So first things first, let's get the necklace going. And for that, same thing. We are going to use our grays. Just like we did up top. They all seem to be wearing like this little pendant. Well, each mouse has its own little jewelry, it looks like. And I am going to do the mice in gray. And I know you're like, oh, you're coloring the necklace gray and now you're going to do it in gray. But I wanted them to be a neutral color so that they weren't the focal point. You know, because like if I did them in something crazy, that's all your eyes would be drawn to are these mice. And I wanted them rather neutral so that you focused on like the ornaments and the gemstones and all the crazy pine needle work that we spent forever doing. It would suck to do all that work and then be like, okay. All right. Okay. All right, now let's get the little ears. Grabbed the wrong pencil. Okay, I'm still on the fence if I want to sit here and do fur or just color block it. I don't know about you guys, but my hand is killing me. was a lot more effort than I had planned. I mean, I've already colored one tree this season, and I'm working on another, but I think it was because I was like in a rush to do it, so that was like part of the problem. It's like, oh my gosh, I gotta finish this tonight so that I can do the rest of the color along. So I'm pressing a little bit harder over this blush pink and then kind of feathering it out, because I'm going to take my white and go on top of it. Where is my card for white? Oh, there it is. Okay, so as always with your white Prismacolor pencil, like kind of rub it off on another piece of paper to make sure the tip isn't all colored with another color, because like in this case it still had red on it from the candy cane, so I just had to make sure I clean that off, because otherwise it'll straight up smudge it right on top of what you're doing. There we go. Okay. Oh, the fur. I guess we can work on his little tail while I debate her tail. Okay. Now we're gonna need a gray to go in there. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We are going to color in the mouse, and then we'll add a few accents of fur. That way you're not groaning that I'm doing this to you, and I'm not groaning. We'll all be happy this way, I think. So let's start with some 50%. Yes, I think we'll do that. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know if I could handle flicking fur. And I'll tell you what, if you are in the mood to sit there and flick it out, go for it. Nothing wrong with that. My hand is just super sore. We're kind of just using our 50% to add some shadows and dimension so he doesn't look like one gray blob. And I'm not using any heavy pressure or anything like that. Okay. Just keep filling that in now. I'm still using light pressure here. All right. Okay, so we'll just keep going with this one, filling it in. And like I said, we'll come back with, we'll have to sharpen as you recall from the pine needles, lots of sharpening. It's basically after each section I was sharpening. Yeah, I think this will be better, just adding a few flicks of fur rather than doing the whole thing, because like with mice, obviously their fur doesn't go in one direction. I mean, it's coming off different ways depending on which part of the body you're on and which part he's like actually facing you. So yeah, we would be there a while. I know it's hard to see the grays on my camera, but if I don't turn up the brightness, especially today, it would be really rough to see everything. Alright, so with my 10%, just kind of go around. Gotta color his little nose. I think I'll actually buff this one out with white. Maybe. Or I might leave it kind of rough, then it looks more like fur. So I just want to drag some of this gray. I mean, he is a mouse. Can't talk today. But I want to make his tail kind of pinkish, so I want it to kind of transition from the gray into that light pink. Okay, so let's grab pink, get his little nose. Oh, am I on camera? Okay. And I know it's hard to tell, but I'm doing little circles as I color it in. I'm not just like straight up and down. And then kind of just circling up into that gray, just so there's a transition. There. Little light pink mouse. Okay. So if we're going to do these little flicks of fur, we're going to do that with our darker ones, I think. Yeah, we'll do our darker ones. Okay. So let's start with our lighter of the two for that. And all I'm going to do is kind of just add little flickies here and there. Not everywhere. And just take them a little bit out of the lines like I'm doing there. Let's see. And this is the lighter of the gray, so I know you can't see it really well, but there will be more. Same thing, kind of just flick it. That's really hard at this angle. But I'm just gonna add a few here and there. And who knows, tonight I might end up playing around with it and go, never mind guys, we're gonna do it all. I'm just kidding, I won't do that to you. I won't do that to your wrists. Okay, let's try our darker one now. Same thing, just adding a few here and there. Go ahead and overlap your pink. It's not gonna hurt it. It's his fur after all. I mean, this is your Prismacolors, so you want to keep it sharp by turning it. See how I'm just kind of adding it here and there. I'm not going like crazy everywhere. And you can add as much as you want. Like if you want to go and like literally go through and add the fur all over, go for it. I am just gonna add like these little accents and call it a day. But yeah, if your wrist isn't cramped from yesterday, go for it. Let's see. All right, and then I think I'll try my 90% first and see how that looks. Just want to get his little whiskers. So for the one she drew in, I'm actually following, and then I just like to add a couple more of my own. Um, 20%, where did you go? Okay. Let's pull those out, take a look. So yeah, see, I kind of just flicked it wherever. You can totally go back in and keep adding them. Like if you want to keep going around his little ears. I keep calling it a he. She, he. You can add it wherever. I just added these ones. And then if you feel like they stand out too much, you can like take a similar color and, you know, darken around the sides a little. Kind of dull it out so it's not like, whoa, what you doing there? And just kind of play around with it. But I think I'm going to keep mine like this. It looks funky right now, but once we finish the background, it won't be so much. Because like I said, I don't want the mouse to stand out. I really want them to be just there. Which reminds me, I need to put a little bit of pink on his or her little hands here. But yeah, if you guys want to go at it, go for it. Okay. Got a pile of color cards next to me. So let me pull it out just so we can go over everything that we did today. Okay, so You know, last night we finished all of our little things here. Now we've done a silver ornament, a little candy wrapped ornament is what I'm calling it, our bow, and then our little mice. And then all you have to do is repeat the same thing, but you don't have to do the exact same order. Like I said up here, mix and match any of the purples and pinks to create, you know, your accent gems. Like this one here, I would do like all these as silver and just the little intricate pieces as color. So that's what the homework will be tonight, coloring in the other 3 mice. So there's 3 mice. No, 4. No, there's 3. I can't count. There's 3 guys. So we have 1, 2, 3. And then you'll have 2 more bows to complete. And then just all these ornaments, which there's quite a few, but it goes pretty quick. But we're already over an hour, so can you imagine if I did them all for you guys? And then tomorrow, we are going to do the background. So in the comments below, let me know if you want to do pastels, because I have the chalk pastels, if you want to do neocolor, if you want to do... I don't want to do watercolor just because it'll be too crumply on the paper. So neocolor, soft or chalk pastels, or distress ink. Leave a comment for me and I'll take a look and see from there. But it is going to be like a pinkish, purplish background. And then we'll go back and, you know, go back over these stars. But I would love to hear what you guys would like to see for the background, now that you know kind of some of the color schemes. And then I will post some pictures on Instagram as I'm coloring each one of these ornaments too, to give you an idea. So if you liked this color along, definitely hit the like button. It lets me know that this is the type of content you guys like to see. And then of course, you know, leave me a comment with any questions, you know, anything you have. And then I will see you guys tomorrow to finish this up. So until then, take care.